Hello and welcome, Taurus. We're going to look at the timeline of November and some events, some things that, could be happening here. Get some guidance for you for your empowerment. And we're also looking into, your relationship energy here as well. So keep in mind that these are collective in general. It will not resonate with everybody, right? Certain parts of this may resonate, certain parts may not. So just take what resonates. Remember to look at your moon, rising, and Venus signs for more information. Okay. Never give your power away to a reading, an outcome, anything like that. Okay. You get to choose and create your reality by the choices that you make, in your conscious creation, right? So let's go and get into it. Thank you so much for being here, Taurus. So where you're at on your spiritual journey right now is the comic. Okay. So if you look, things on the surface look really bright, look really funny. You might have a very strong, it's like a defense mechanism, right, of humor, or you might have a very dark sense of humor. Because if you look a little closer, that there's a mask there. There's someone peering from behind the mask, okay, with this comic energy. So for some of you, you're at this point on your journey where you're ready to remove the mask, you're ready to be more authentic, or you desire more authenticity in your experience with the people around you. You might feel like you've been stuck in some sort of loop, okay, when it comes to like your childhood or some sort of childhood wounding, because I'm kind of getting that with the rainbow energy coming through. Okay, so that might be something that you're addressing. Others of you are just like at this point on your journey where what I'm sensing is it's like you're being very discerning about who you open up to, and you're making sure that they care and they're listening for the right reasons. So you're not going to just like pour your heart out to somebody unless you feel like they're genuine, right? Like you're not going to take off your mask. You're going to show them this kind of lighter side of you. You're not going to show them how deep you are, is what I'm kind of getting with this comic energy too. Others of you might find yourself to be laughing at yourself a lot. You might find many things to be hilarious, okay? Or you might be seeking comedy, kind of like comic relief at this time. Some of you're reflecting back on your journey, you're reflecting back on things, and you just have a lighter mindset as well when it comes to this past year and things that unfolded. But laughter is definitely a way to shift your energy. It's a way to break up energy, to clear energy. Some of you, inner child healing, working with bright colors and mediums, might also be important here. Expressing yourself creatively is going to be important in November. I'm seeing cupcakes with sprinkles on top. So I don't know if there's like, besides like the obvious holiday in November, if there's some other like birthday party or event or something like that, that will be significant for you in November. But I feel like, yeah, this authenticity is, yes, it's like certain people get to see behind the mask. Certain people you'll take the mask off for. But this is also about you taking the mask off for yourself. And knowing yourself more authentically too is what I'm sensing. You might have been very connected to roles or, again, like those social masks, expectations. You might have been very connected to that, playing these different characters in your life, and you're tired of it. Okay, you're definitely tired of it. When we go to like the grounding energy for you, Taurus, we have reconnect, secrets lurk, and captive shadows deep in the woods. So for some of you, you're going to be doing some shadow work, but you might be doing it while you're out in nature, okay? You might be reflecting on things when you're going for a walk. Or Aries had this as well, like they were guided to go out into the woods, being aware of their surroundings, of course, and somewhere, you feel safe, and just observing. And that's what I feel like is coming through here. And I'm seeing you, Taurus, like digging your hands into the dirt and being very connected with your senses while you're in the woods. So, you're definitely taking the time to ground into your space and into your experience. And, it's almost like your inner child comes out when you're in the woods. So it's like you want to play, right? You want to touch the bark on the tree. You want to dig your hands into the earth. You want to experience and interact with the forest, right? And I feel like that helps you reconnect with your inner child. It helps you reconnect with your soul. It helps you reconnect, with your element as well, which is, obviously the earth. So I feel like this reconnection energy is important, especially for those of you that feel like you have to wear these hats or these masks when you're out, at work or, in certain places and spaces. It's exhausting. And so I feel like reconnecting in with your kind of sacred relationship with the woods, with the forest, is going to be really beneficial for you in November. Okay? Yeah, this was kind of like Aries message too. So you might have Aries in your chart, strong Aries. But it's like becoming one with the forest, like becoming a part of the forest, is another message that's coming through for you here, Taurus. And it's very fulfilling. Like, it's deeply fulfilling for you to do that. It's like, yeah, wearing the masks or like being out in the world and like having to, feel like you have to behave a certain way, be a certain way, don't, feeling like you can't really be yourself. And then you go into the forest and then you're like, your true self can come forward. Your true self, can breathe. Okay. Can breathe, can express, can be celebrated in the forest. Okay. So when it comes to like your empowerment in November, we have move beyond intention to belief. And there's a key there. And there's a light shining from that key. So keys could be significant and important to you. You could be unlocking new doors, new opportunities, new cars, new homes. But some of you have been seeking for something outside of yourself. And really, what you desire is within. Okay. But the intention to belief, and I don't feel like you'd have a challenge with this really, Taurus, but coming from putting my coaching hat on here, an intention obviously is like a goal. Like, it's like setting a goal, right? But there's a space, and then there's like your belief, right? So some of you, it's like you want to believe in yourself. You want to believe you can achieve that goal. And sometimes you have to unpack limiting beliefs and things like that, right? But a way that you can, and this is what I feel like is coming up for you, Taurus, is your belief in yourself has to do with your ego and it's protecting you. But in order to kind of soothe the ego a little bit, it's important that if you have a practice, let's say you have a goal, okay, let's say you have a fitness goal, then set realistic steps for yourself to achieve that goal. And the consistency in which you do that, right? The pattern that you develop. So let's say you're like, okay, I want to, go for a walk. Let's say go for a walk or run in the woods Monday, Wednesday, Friday. By doing that, by recording it, okay, and logging it, and also realizing like how that benefits you, the enrichment it brings into your life, that's going to help you believe a little bit more in yourself. Okay. So it's not just, it's a bit of a process here is what I'm sensing for you, Taurus, where you want to prove to yourself that you can do something is what I'm sensing. And the way that you're going to do that is by doing it. Not just by doing it, but having a record of it so that you can look back and like really reflecting on it and being very present for the process of it. Because then you'll believe in yourself more. Then that will shift and change. So I'm not sure exactly what this is for you, Taurus, but I do feel like you'll be unlocking new doors and deeper belief within yourself and what you can achieve. Many of you, this has to do with your career. It has to do with your stability, your security. okay, in this world with the red card. It has to do with your confidence. Let's get one more card on that, just to clarify. I want to clarify. Move beyond intention to belief. It's a change that you want to make. It is definitely a change, and it takes confidence. Yeah, the Seven of Wands. You've been dealing with some resistance from this, right? But there's some sort of change you want to make. Something that's going to change your life, perhaps. Maybe it's a career change. Maybe it's a relationship change. But it's crossing over to another side that you haven't been to before. Maybe you've come close. Maybe you've come close to this bridge. Maybe you've started to build it. Maybe you've kind of stepped on it and kind of tested it out to see how strong it was. Maybe you did a lot of procrastinating around this, right? Like I'm sensing you like doing everything you can to make sure it's great. Like make sure you can walk across it, right? But some of it was like fear and procrastination was happening here. And the Seven of Wands is about resistance, but it's also usually a spiritual lesson. So there's something that you want to achieve, somewhere you want to go, some forward momentum you'd like to have in your life, and you've been preparing for it, okay? But I feel like, and you've been glancing back, you're like, okay, I could go back to my comfort zone. I could go back to my comfort zone, or I could keep moving forward here. This is something really I think that you've been building toward for a while here. Maybe you've been balancing out certain things within your life in order to move forward. You've been doing a lot of preparing. The wands represent tasks, right? Actions to be taken. And it feels very much like in November, you'll be making that decision, or you'll be believing in yourself with each step that you take, right? Now, if you are actually physically crossing bridges like over water here, Taurus, obviously make sure it's safe, right? Test it out a little bit. But I feel like this testing process of you've been delaying quite a bit because of fear. So kind of unpack that a little bit. Take baby steps forward. And like I said, there's that process of setting the goal. You have your intention, you have your goal, you have your achievable steps that you're taking, things that are not like outrageous, right? And unachievable, but things that are achievable and reasonable. And then you're going to kind of track your progress, measure your success. And then you're going to be like, oh, okay. You're going to see the benefit of it. I feel like even when you take these steps forward, there might be a lot of nerves at first, right? And you're gonna be like, deep breath. Maybe, conscious breathing might be really helpful for you, Taurus. But then you're gonna feel like a lightness come through. So like, maybe this is like starting a process for applying for a new career or preparing to move. But it's like in each step that you take forward that is toward your goal, that is empowering, that is beneficial to you, you're going to feel lighter. It's going to feel easier. It's going to feel lighter. And that lightness is going to be like, it's either a lightness that you feel or just like a calm that you feel. It lets you know you're moving in the direction that, yes, you're stepping outside of your comfort zone. And yes, to do that, you've got to take baby steps. Your nervous system will definitely be an obstacle if you just go ahead and try to charge forward. But these baby steps are significant, and I feel like, Taurus, you're going to be breaching new ground that you haven't been to before. Okay? So, some of you, this is emotional. Some of you, this is a physical journey. Some of you, this is, a mental journey, spiritual. Some of you, it's all of the above. But it's really powerful, and it's important because where you were not happy, you were bored. Okay? You were bored. You had outgrown, and you felt like there was something better. And that's what the Five of Cups said. The Three of Cups, like you're disappointed in these, in this the current opportunities or the current space that you're in. But the Two of Cups are here, which is the vibrational match experience. And that's kind of what you desire, what you want. So hearing fortune favors the bold. But like I said, baby steps, bold baby steps forward. All right. Okay. So when it comes to the events that are going to be happening. We have unicorn, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. And this is again about your authenticity. This is again about, and again, I feel like it's baby steps, taking little steps forward of being more authentic, okay, in the way that you show up in the world. But this is also leaning into your intuition, that you have a very unique intuition with the unicorn energy. It's either very healing, very, intuitive healing gifts that you have, or you just have this unique intuitive ability, and you're being guided to lean into that when you're making changes, when you're making decisions in your experience. Because it's a rare gift, I'm hearing. What you have is a rare gift. Or that might be something you're unlocking as well. We have the pig energy, beware of greed. And this is why I felt like, Taurus, like you are not going to reveal your authentic self to just anyone, right? There are certain people that want information out of you because they're greedy or they're materialistic. And this might be a shadow within you too, is materialism, right? So to kind of balance that out a little bit, appreciate what you have. Okay, appreciate what you have, appreciate what's showing up for you. But for many of you, it's like there are greedy people around you that want what you have, okay? It could have to do with finances, it could have to do with status, it could have to do with riding your coattails in your career, things like that. So be aware of greedy people. And that's why I think you're kind of wearing that mask. And I feel for some of you, if you feel like you've had to wear a mask for so long around certain social circles, you're finished with that. Like you're ready to leave those behind and be in spaces and places that, celebrate the authentic you. We also have hills, obstacles to overcome. You know this. I mean, you're starting a journey here, it feels like. And we'll look a little bit deeper into this, but the sun is rising. There's a new beginning here. So let's clarify these. Let's start with the unicorn energy. Knight of Swords. Okay, so your intuition is coming in very clear and strong. Okay, with that unicorn energy, that Knight of Swords, you're getting very clear, direct messages from your intuition. Whoops. With the beware of greed, yeah. This could have to do with family members. This could have to do with karmic energies. We have the 10 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. So this very much has to do with your value here. Could have to do with contracts, people that you work with, but you're already weary of these people. They've betrayed you before, or there's, something that's come through with them where they're manipulative. Okay, so I don't feel like this is a surprise. This could be, for many of you, this could have to do with work. Okay. These are people that are never satisfied. They always want more. And it's more so like material, right? So if this was a person, if this was like a romantic person in your life, is coming off as very karmic. It's somebody with a 9 of Cups. They're only interested in like what they want, they're only interested in what benefits them. They're not caring so much about others. Normally I don't see the card like this, but with the pig energy here, I am seeing that. There's also a song called Pig, okay? And it is about appreciation and gratitude. So maybe look that up here. But so if this was a romantic partner, somebody you were with, or a karmic energy, and let's say that you got them a gift. Let's say you bought them a purse. They'd be like, and let's say it wasn't the brand that they wanted, like it was an off-brand or something like that. They would like snuff, stick their nose up in the air about that, and you work hard, and you've worked hard, Taurus, for what you have. So don't put up with this shit. Okay? Like that is literally, this is like your intuition coming through the Knight of Swords. It's helping you be more discerning and assertive with people. And even like to the point you're turning them off with what you're saying, because you want to offend those that don't have good intentions for you. You want them to skedaddle. You want them to go away, right? You don't want them on your timeline. And I'm also becoming very protective of you, Taurus, because like that's kind of what I'm feeling is there's like these energies that are like black holes in your life, and they just take, and it's never good enough. So that could have to do with family members. That could have to do with karmic partners. That could have to do with people at work, right? You know, bosses that don't respect your time, don't respect that you have a life outside of work and are calling you all the time, you know, outside of work hours, and you're not getting paid for it. Like, I'm sensing a strong imbalance there. Some of you too, you're going to have this beautiful, prosperous new beginning. You know, maybe you suddenly come into some form of great financial success, and then all of a sudden you have people, you know, trying to feed off of that, you know, coming out of the woodwork, wanting to benefit from your blessings. And I feel like, Taurus, there are certain people you do want to share your blessings with, but not the greedy ones, not the ones that have ill intentions. I just heard a door shut upstairs, right? You need to close the door on certain people. You need to set boundaries and be assertive with certain people like that. This message won't be for everyone. But if you are financially blessed, or if you do have this wish fulfillment come true for some of you, if that other message didn't apply, then it's important that you share those blessings, that you appreciate them, you share them, okay? Maybe you donate to a cause, or maybe you take your family for vacation, or maybe, you know, however you feel called to, you know, just make sure that you are not being greedy or like hoarding your blessings, because that's going to actually block off that flow of blessings and put you in scarcity. Okay, interesting. So let's see, what are these obstacles to overcome for my Taurus viewers in the month of November? Setting boundaries. We have the 9 of Wands and we have the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so for some of you, this is making sure that you're honoring your energy. Like I said, there will be karmic people in your life that will try to run you ragged to benefit off of, like I said, whether it's a boss or it's, you know, a family member or whoever it is. You know, you don't want to be in this 5 of Pentacles energy where you're exhausted, you're drained, you don't get to enjoy the fruits of your labor, right? And then we have the 9 of Wands energy here. So I feel like some of the obstacles have to do with knowing, because the 9 of Wands is like the wounded warrior not giving up. Knowing when it's time to close the door on certain people or situations. Knowing when it's time to be assertive and set boundaries, right? But also knowing when you need help, right? When you need help, when you could definitely benefit from an extra pair of hands with that project, or, you know, people stepping up here for you too, I'm getting. So trying not to be too much in your ego, to not ask for help from source, or to not ask for help from systems that are in place to assist you and support you, to not ask for help from, you know, those that really care about you, right? That love and respect you and appreciate you. With the Hierophant energy, there's a lot of change that's happening. Maybe for some of you, you're physically like moving and you need help to move, right? To relocate. That could be a message here as well. I do kind of get your faith being tested for some of you. But some of you, one of the big challenges is here is, and I don't remember where this quote came from, but it's basically saying that, because I feel a big challenge for you, Taurus, is letting people go. that don't align with you. But realize that when you do that, you can love them from a distance, right? You can love them from a distance. But if they don't align with you, they don't align with you. And that's okay. Like, that's just a matter of energy and free will choice. And that's not in your control, right? So I think that some of you have really held on to certain people because you expected or believed they would change, believed it would get better, but these people kept choosing things that were draining and draining to you. And this is a strong spiritual lesson, is to realize that and accept that people are who they are. And they may not resonate or align with you anymore, and that's okay. You can let them go. You can let them go. Live their life. Go on their path, you know. Or even for some of you, it's just setting boundaries. It's as simple as being assertive and setting boundaries and holding those boundaries here. But I do feel for some of you, this was like a karmic pattern of holding on to people because you just didn't want to let go. Maybe you felt responsible for them. Maybe you felt, again, like they would change, but that change like didn't come about here. And so I feel like that's one of the obstacles to overcome, is realizing when it's time to release those that are no longer in alignment with you. With love, with compassion, with forgiveness. Like, forgiveness is about your peace. It's not about saying what they did was okay. It's about your peace so that you can move on. You can move forward, right? So that will apply for some of you. Others of you, it's just managing your energy and holding your boundaries so that, you know, people aren't running you ragged here, there, and everywhere. And really connecting in with your sacred self. You know, your nature, your authenticity. And being okay that if you show your authentic self and people don't want to be a part of that because you're no longer appeasing them and they don't want to be in your life, that's okay too, Taurus. That's something to celebrate, because that creates space for those that are the next level, that align with you, that celebrate you, that appreciate you, that bring you that love and support, you know, that you deserve. Okay, so that's another message here. Some of you, again, if you have like a big financial windfall or blessing, make sure that you're not overspending is another message coming through. Okay, make sure that you're saving some of that, or again, you just don't want to blow through it right away, I guess is what I'm getting here with that 5 of Pentacles energy. Okay, all right. Next, we have, when it comes to your relationships, we have authenticity. The energy of authenticity supports our choice to be genuine and truthful in all aspects of our lives with others as well as with ourselves. Okay. So, once again, taking off the mask, being authentic, right? Some of you, like, my lipstick is just going everywhere. And some of you, it's like, maybe you've been wearing lipstick, or maybe wearing makeup, and like it no longer resonates with you anymore. It's not working with you. Okay. That could be the mask that you're not going to be wearing anymore. But for many of you, it's like, it was what was socially acceptable. It was what was expected of you. This comes from like inner child wounding. This comes from being an empath, many different things. But that authenticity is ready to shine through. And we also have the 4th chakra, the heart space. The energy of the heart chakra supports our inner guidance system, which is governed by our heart and capacity to love deeply. Okay, so some of you, it's like you're going to be going to another level of love here in your relationships. And for many of you, it's cultivated within. It's that self-love, right? It's that self-love, that unconditional love. And you're like, I love myself. I accept myself. I don't need every single person in my life to love and accept me, right? And by every person in your life, I'm not saying like your friends and family. I'm saying like people at work, or like acquaintances or neighbors, whatever. Like, you're like, I love me. And that's what matters. And that authenticity is going to shine through. That self-love is going to shine through. And it's going to attract in the energies that are supportive of you. Okay? Some of you, too, the heart chakra might need some energy clearing, okay, in the month of November. See this? What is going on with this lipstick? Okay. So, when it comes to love and relationships, we have seduction. I wanted you the moment I saw you. So there's definitely a ton of passion and chemistry between you and another here. Now, when I get a little bit deeper into this, Taurus, we have the 2 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, the 9 of Cups, and the 10 of Cups. You and another individual are very attracted to each other, okay? But there's a sense of holding back with the 2 of Swords. There's a sense of indecision. 7 of Swords is definitely holding back information. And then we have the 9 of Cups, which is this couple coming together and kind of chatting about what they want, right? Which then leads to the 10 of Cups, which is the complete fulfillment. So I feel like what's coming through in November for you, Taurus, is a very authentic and honest conversation, heart-to-heart conversation with someone about, perhaps there was an emphasis more on passion than love in building in this in this relationship. I feel like this person might have tried to focus on romance, but you focused on just passion. And I feel like you focused on passion because you thought if you did that, like you would protect your heart. That's something that is coming through here. So it's kind of like a defense mechanism for you here. But what I'm sensing for you, Taurus, is that you're going to be making a decision or having a conversation with this person in November to really be honest, authentic, and open. It could be somebody's really happy in this connection, somebody's not. It could be that someone's just not speaking up, and it could be you, Taurus, about what it is that you really want here, what it is that you really desire within this connection. But the 9 of Cups is talking about your wish fulfillment, and the 9 of Cups is like your personal wish fulfillment. So I feel like you're both talking about that. And then you have the 10 of Cups, which is the, kind of like the higher timeline fulfillment, wish fulfillment energy coming through. So some of you, it's just like you need to have some clarifying, honest conversations within your dynamic here. Now, I do want to unpack the 7 of Swords because one partner is looking out and like everything's wonderful and happy, while the other partner is just kind of closed off and feeling, it almost looks like ashamed. And there's a sword, that's there kind of talking about there's some sort of truth that hasn't been expressed that needs to be expressed here. So let's unpack this just a little bit because I'm feeling a few different timelines coming through here, Taurus. So for some of you, if like, again, you're with somebody, they're like, hey, I would like this to be a bit more balanced romantically. You have that conversation, you have that heart-to-heart, you have those illuminating experiences with each other, and things get back on track. Like some of you, that's the case. For others of you, you're with somebody you don't want to be with, and you're going to probably be telling them in November. And that could be the case, but let's go ahead and clarify here. Let's clarify this 2 of Swords for Taurus. Yeah, we have the 8 of Swords and the 7 of Swords coming out again. Like there's a trust issue here. There's somebody you don't trust, and it could be, some of you could be in a karmic relationship with someone. I do feel like it's somebody you're with. I don't feel like it's somebody that's separate to you. But the 8 of Swords, it's like you've been stuck in this for a while. The 7 of Swords on top of the 7 of Swords means like there's been some definite secrets between the 2 of you. Can we clarify the 7 of Swords for my Taurus viewers here? Queen of Cups in reverse. So someone's lost feelings here, or someone's been emotionally manipulative. You want this person to move on. The 6 of Swords. Oh my gosh. Six of Pentacles, there's somebody else that you want to be with here, Taurus, is what's coming through. So a relationship might have run its course, or it never really aligned in the first place. It was just there. And this is not for all of you, this is for some of you. And some of you, you will be saying, being honest with this person. And maybe this person kind of felt the same way, but they were wearing a mask too. And when you have this conversation, you're both like, oh yeah, we're kind of on the same page. So like, wish you well, good luck, enjoy your life, bye. Because even the Ten of Cups, if you look at that, he's walking away from her, okay? Which is odd for the Ten of Cups energy, right? And that gate is shut. So like, I wonder if, and that almost looks like an urn right there. So I definitely feel either you or this person, I think both of you, this was just kind of a rocky relationship, and it was there and it was teaching lessons, but maybe there's emotional manipulation that kept you in this, but it feels like you're wanting this person to move on. You have a conversation about that. I feel like it's pretty peaceful when you do, for most of you. Of course, use your own discernment. It's almost like, I don't know if you were in an open relationship here, Taurus. Again, this will not apply for those of you in a healthy, happy relationship. This is for those of you that you're just kind of like in a situationship. Maybe you're seeing other people. Maybe you're in an open relationship. There was no real foundation to this. And so what I'm sensing is like, you're going to be going your separate ways for those of you if that's your timeline. And you both had other options or other people that you were seeing perhaps. And with that Six of Pentacles energy and the Knight of Cups, like this cycle, has needed to close out for a while here. So this has to do with that authenticity and truth too. Clarify the Nine of Cups. What is it that my Taurus viewers desire here in relationship? Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Could be new love for some of you. But something pure. I feel like whatever this was, it wasn't pure. The situationship it kept you stuck, right? This could have been one of those like black hole situations in your life with the challenges that was draining you and just keeping you stuck. And maybe you're just going along with it, or it was okay for a while, but like it definitely had run its course. And so it's like you're ready for change. And with that Ace of Cups, you're ready for that change. Now, for those of you that, again, it was really, it's a healthy, happy relationship. Some of you, what's going to be discussed here is the future and perhaps getting engaged or getting married. That could be something else for those of you that are on that other timeline. For some of you, this was a situation where somebody wanted to get married and engaged and someone did not because they didn't feel like they were with the right partner. And that could be coming up in November as well. Someone could have even trying to be manipulating that situation for some of you. So what did this person that Taurus is dealing with desire? Or what do they desire here in November? They want to hear your truth with the King of Cups and the Three of Wands. Yeah, they want to clear the air. They want to hear your truth. There's a few different timelines here, to be honest. Like some of you are dealing with a karmic partner trying to pressure you into like a marriage or relationship, but very self-serving person. Others of you, you've come to a point in the connection where it's just like you want different things, or you just evolved beyond the relationship. You want something different. Okay. But I feel like this person wants to hear your truth with the King of Cups and the Three of Wands. But again, for some of you, you're in an open relationship and it's like you both wanted to be with other people, but you didn't have the And maybe this is your kind of your stepping into your power moment, Taurus, where it's like, it was up to you to end it. It was up to you to speak your truth, to be authentic. Because maybe this person was benefiting from being with you, from status or financial gain or something like that. But it's like this, because I saw the world in reverse, like the cycle needed to be closed out. And I feel like it might be up to you, Taurus, to do it. Because I feel for some of you, like, yeah, you're in love with different people and you want to be with other people. And this person, you know, might have a King of Wands or King of Cups or Queen of Cups kind of that's expecting them. So it's interesting how that's all unfolding. But there's been a lot hidden here, okay? That will only resonate for those of you that are in a situationship or in something, you know, with a karmic energy, something like that. Like I said, those of you that are on track with your person and you feel things are going really well, you could be moving towards like deeper commitment, marriage, engagement, that sort of energy. So your authenticity, your truth is very important here in the month of November, Taurus, okay? All right. Whew, that is a lot, Taurus. But remember to only receive what aligns. Look, be you. Okay, be you, Taurus. Be true to you. All right, let's get some charms, my Taurus viewers. Month of November. Okay, yes, we have the timing being a factor here. Divine timing is definitely a factor here. Cycle closing out. We have the ship, which represents moving forward, smooth sailing. We have the letter S coming through. We have the mirror ball. So much has been reflected to you. We have the Empress energy, nurturing yourself, of course, your own Taurus energy. We have the Eye of Horus coming through, so spiritual protection, past life karma clearing, contracts clearing. We have the Sun and the Moon energy, so we have you listening to your intuition. Your Kundalini could be activated in November. Some of you are you might be picking up tarot cards. You might be tarot card readers. But tools of divination might be very supportive for you here, or your own personal magic. And then we have the cake coming through here. Taurus, I feel like you've been under, for some of you, especially if you were in like a connection that didn't align, you've been under a lot of stress. You've been under a lot of stress. And I just heard it's time to make life delicious again. Now, I don't mean like stress eating necessarily, but like make life delicious again, meaning connecting with your senses again. Get those warm, soft, you know, like the faux fur blankets out. Get cozy, you know, that nice cup of hot cocoa, those soft flannels. Like textures are really important for you. Okay? You know, elevate your dishes when you're cooking or indulge a little bit in those sweets. Like, I feel like it's time to make life, it's time to bring more delicious energy into your life and your experience, because you've been working really hard. You've been moving through a lot of soul lessons. You've been dealing with, you know, some challenging relationship energy here. And it's time for you to shine your light. It's time for you to stop hiding. Okay? Those that are meant to be in your life, those that love you and appreciate you genuinely, will love this authentic side, or the side that you haven't been sharing, right? I feel like you've been rushing around everywhere. Like timing has been such a stress for you. But I think in November, it's going to start working out more in your favor. I also saw you see now, so I feel like your third eye could be opening up or sharing more information. Again, we had that very direct communication from your intuition, which is your internal voice. I'm hearing you see now, or you see clearly now. So yeah, with that Seven of Swords energy, there was definitely things being held back from you. Things that were hidden about yourself, about your life, maybe about your relationships that you're uncovering in November. Let's go ahead and get some messages for my Taurus viewers, highest and best messages. We have home, parents, and nurturing. Okay, that's kind of like that Empress energy coming through. So you might feel like you want to be a bit more of a homebody. Okay, you're like, have to do the things I have to do in the world, spend time in the forest, stay home, nurture yourself. We have Gemini, so you'll be dealing with a Gemini. We have, you will enjoy good health. That is your form of wealth. Okay, so vitality could be returning, especially if you've been setting boundaries with people or moving away from energies that are, like I said, I'm hearing like the black hole energy, like that have just been sucking and draining you, the energy vampires. We have Virgo, so it could be a Virgo that's of importance in your experience. We have Taurus, there you are. Prioritizing yourself in November, you know. I'm like seeing like you moving through a crowd and all these people are like trying to grab at you and get your attention, and like they want, right? And you're like, out of my way, it's my time. Like clearing the board, right? That's what I'm feeling here. Yeah, there's your third eye chakra. Okay, maybe you need to clear it or focus on it. We also have, you will be unusually successful in business. Okay, so that could be for some of you. Got two fortunes coming through here. Oh no, we have more. We have another one. We have the heart chakra coming out again. We have water. Okay, we have water and earth energy coming through very strong for you. So those elements are supportive of you here, Taurus. We have Leo. A lot of energies around you. And we have the crown chakra. Some of you need to kind of do like a complete clearing, energy balancing with your chakra systems. We have the letter Y. I feel like a lot of questions will be answered in November. We have good news of a long-awaited event will arrive soon. And we have the letter Z. So, yeah, I definitely get energy clearing, balancing your chakras will be helpful here. Meditation, spending time in the forest, nurturing yourself. Like I said, bringing more kind of sensual experiences into your world, prioritizing yourself in November, setting boundaries with those, and letting go and closing the door to the past or certain people that you know just don't bring any more good into your life, and they just kind of, they're just takers, they're greedy, they don't have the right intentions, and you just don't align with them anymore, and that's okay. Like, it's okay. That's part of Ascension. That's part of evolving and growing. Like, we're not meant to hold on to everyone in our experience, right? But you do have a lot of different energies around you here, Taurus. So, yeah, make sure you're taking that time to yourself. And some of you, yes, leaning into the comical energy, okay? Finding things that make you laugh, that you enjoy, to bring in that lighthearted energy. All right. So that is what I have, Taurus. Receive what aligns, release what doesn't. Of course, there were so many timelines that came through here. Everyone's on a different timeline. So only take the pieces that were clear to you, that made sense, that, you know, your intuition has been chatting with you about, right? Release anything that didn't serve you, because, you know, if it was confusing or disempowering or like, no, that's not my experience, you know, then look at your moon, rising, and Venus signs, because you might have more information that aligns with you there. And again, something that may not resonate with you might be like spot on for someone else. So It's kind of interesting how that unfolds. But right now, your intuition is coming through very clear and direct here. Could be, for you, Taurus. And I feel like it's coming from within you. I don't, it could be a guide, but I don't really sense it's a guide. I feel like it's coming from within you, and you're also tapping in more with your heart space as well, which is helpful for you making your decisions, not based on emotion, but through your intuition, through your divine self. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Take the best care of yourself, and I will see you soon.